My name is Mann. In this presentation, I will be discussing Starbucks' organizational structure and design and how it may change to improve employee satisfaction. Starbucks Coffee Company is an international organization that originated in 1971 as a small coffee shop who opened its first doors in Seattle. Since then, its success and popularity have grown exponentially. However, growth can have its own challenges. In recent years, Starbucks employees have expressed dissatisfaction with unfair labor practices. Some of these items include severe understaffing, inconsistent work hours or shifts, and low wages. In many regions, Starbucks employees are capped at certain hours so that they do not meet the minimum requirements to access benefits like health insurance. Unsatisfactory working conditions and lack of benefits can impact employee motivation and productivity. Lower productivity negatively affects not only the employees and the business, but also the consumer. Starbucks' failure to rectify these issues or agree to a union contract after 6 months of negotiation has resulted in another strike. The Red Cup Rebellion, as of November 13, 2025, is projected to be the longest. With the strikes happening, production will be expected to take a large hit. In addition to this, the company's reputation is now on the line as the public witnesses the disgruntled workers unite and refuse to serve. Starbucks sales are also expected to decline as locations are unable to remain open or keep regular hours due to understaffing. Organizational structure defines how activities are directed to achieve a company's goals, clarify roles, responsibilities, and communication pathways. Starbucks' organizational structure lacks communication with its employees. Its refusal to discuss union and labor rights proposals not only show the disconnect between organization and worker, but also highlights its company's goals. It sends the message that profit is valued over the rights and welfare of the working parties. Organizational culture is a system of shared values, norms, and assumptions that influence the attitudes and behaviors of others. It is reported that Starbucks did not adhere to any of its employees' requests for a union or consider labor contracts and wage increases. Instead, it offered an economic package that did not include raises within the first year of employment or change circumstances for many of its employees. Starbucks is showing its employees that they are not valued above profit. Considering this, more workers will continue to strike or look for other employment opportunities. High turnover rates may result in the shutting down of select locations due to severe understaffing. Organizational design is the process of choosing and managing aspects of organizational structure and culture that allow organizations to achieve their goals. It is sometimes necessary to change the design of an organization to ensure proper function and success. In this case, Starbucks will need to review and propose changes to its labor processes to end the strike. Conscious culture is derived from conscious capitalism, a business philosophy that prioritizes making a positive impact on the world by considering major stakeholders like employees, customers, suppliers, and the community. Employees are arguably one of the most important stakeholders because they are the face of the company. It is in every company's best interest to take care of their employees to establish a positive and healthy environment. If an employee feels that they are valued, they are more likely to remain long-term with that company and maintain productivity. Starbucks has been unable to make its employees feel valued or motivated due to poor working conditions and lack of benefits. The Red Cup Rebellion is an example of what can happen when a group of underappreciated employees are unheard by their employer. Starbucks has lost the trust of many of its employees, can expect to experience decreased customer loyalty, and could face potential legal and financial risk. Changes are necessary to avoid organizational destruction. Kotter's 8-step change model discusses how an organization can remain successful by practicing many or all of its 8 steps. One of these steps is instituting change. Starbucks needs to review the connections between new behaviors and organizational success and make sure they become strong enough to replace old habits. They should evaluate systems and processes to make sure management practices reinforce the new behaviors, mindsets, and ways of working. Investing in and updating employee benefit packages, increasing wages, and agreeing to union terms will allow Starbucks to redeem its image and restore trust among its employees. With any change, there can be expected to be some challenges. If Starbucks agrees to unionize, the organization and employees will need to adjust to changes that come when a union enters the workplace. This will require changes to be made to the organizational structure, design, and culture. This means that even some favorable items may be changed to comply with contract standards. To overcome these changes, a compromise is required on behalf of the organization and the employees. Sometimes you must give a little to get a lot. For example, store hours will not be adjusted, but the hours required to receive benefit packages will be lowered. As a manager, I have learned that communication is key to maintaining a strong and successful organizational structure and culture. Avoiding difficult conversations and ignoring when you have done wrong by your employees can create a long-term disagreement that affects the success of the organization. A leader is to consider both personal and organizational needs that contribute to the achievement of professional goals as well as personal growth and development for those involved. Having a shared vision is a strong motivator for everyone in an organization, especially when personal goals align. Everyone can grow and learn effectively when working together. Productivity can increase when a group working together envisions the same outcomes and works well to achieve this vision. A leader who can help coordinate the team's personal and professional needs can ensure success. To conclude, Starbucks employees are demonstrating one of their largest strikes, a strike that was avoidable if the organization had practiced conscious capitalism and invested in a culture that values its employees above profit.